That's you again? Look at you. Oh, man.
This guy's the man right here.
We're in Sacramento, California, and we're with Mitzi from Mitzi and Company, the leader in pinup modeling photography. She's getting ready to do a shoot with this lovely young lady.
Hi, I'm Kim Lon.
Kim Long, and they're going to shoot with my 55 Chevy pickup, but it's got a 58 front end on it, so if you're thinking, oh, it's a 58, yeah, you're kind of right. So we're getting set up here, and then we'll get into the photography into this. All right?
Let's go. So, what do you think about the Autorama?
Oh, it's great, man. It's great. This time of year, we got, it's winter time here and it rains a lot, but the last couple of years here in Sacramento, the weather's been super. Here you got a wide range of vehicles. You got the higher end stuff. It costs a lot of money to build. You got the stuff out here and in the Suede Palace, which is pretty much homemade cars. Guys that have, with their friends, a low budget, and have built stuff themselves, and they just don't have the resources and the big money to build the real expensive cars. The homemade cars, the pinup girls obviously are a real big deal, and there's Mitzi. Let's take a ride.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's take a ride. So we're gonna park my pickup right over here so that it can be shot for a photo shoot. We have a beautiful pinup model coming over here, and Mitzi's running the show here, so I gotta see what she wants.
Probably open.
Turning.
All the blues, the green.
The girls find out that she is in town, and they come. They come for her. They don't come for the cars. They come because Mitzi's in town. They want to be shot, photographed by Mitzi, and she is just she's the leader.
Maybe with the jacket a little bit more off the shoulder. Cute. My name is Mitzi, and I'm from Mitzi & Co., and I'm a pinup and hot rod photographer based out of Los Angeles, California.
How did you become a pinup photographer?
I started when I was going to college, and I'm really fortunate because my photography instructor was a hot rod guy, so I think he had a little bit of an influence on me, but at the same time, I became really fascinated with pinups because I think it's a very powerful way for women to kind of show themselves in a different light and really kind of stand strong and represent what women and femininity kind of means in American culture. And kick up your right leg for me. You look in that direction. Tilt your head back a little bit more. Perfect. Big smile. You know what? Can I actually just have you move the car better? Okay. So I want it this way. So facing this direction. I work with some really amazing hair and makeup stylists, and every image that you see, I'm really in control because I want everything to be perfect. I'm not a Photoshop person whatsoever. I grew up as a real traditional photographer, so I believe that everything should be done in camera. So lighting, makeup, hair, posing, everything has to be perfect for me. So I want to really make that come across in my images so people know that I'm the real thing. Face me all the way now. Your whole body. Turn and face me. And then widen your stance. Swing that hip out. I think with a lot of the industry of Hollywood and traditional models, I think this gives any woman a chance to be beautiful and feel confident in front of the camera, but in just everyday society too. It's a really great way for women to represent themselves because it's something that we can look at from our past, but also kind of relate to and tie into what we enjoy today as a society. And I think the rockabilly hot rod scene is really thriving no matter where you go, and people can easily identify that because of maybe some of their family history or something that's been passed on from earlier generations. So I think in overall understanding, a lot of people can either identify from it or feel somehow connected to it. I think that pinup really lends itself to every sort of woman out there, and I think that's the great thing about being a pinup is it doesn't kind of confine you to being one type of person, whereas being a supermodel or somebody that walks on the catwalk, you have to be a certain size, a certain height, a certain requirements, whereas to me, I shoot thousands of women, and the great part about my job is every single woman is different in their looks, in their shapes, in their age, and for every woman, they're beautiful to me. So for me to be able to capture them with my lens, that's truly an honor, because I think every woman should be photographed.
I'll climb on with my shoes on and
lie
I'll
back?
climb on.
You can, yeah.
So
Just a
come
common
on this
bumper.
side.
I'm going to order a new bumper anyway.
What happened?
Want me to lay down?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you lay all the way back? Try to get your head down here.
That's so you don't slide off.
Yeah.
We're working with Kim Lynn here with Mitzi and Company. Kim, how old are you?
I am 29.
She's 29. Where are you from?
Alameda.
Alameda, California, which is by Oakland, California.
I kind of send out my feelers and I let girls know that I'm going to be in town shooting at a car show, and I'm looking to work with new models all the time. And from that point on, I'll usually bring them on for a second shoot, or I'll try to get them involved with certain projects that I do other than magazines. I work for a lot of clothing companies. I do stuff for catalog companies for different Halloween lines and swimwear lines. So I'm really kind of throwing myself in different directions, and I want to not just give myself opportunities, but give my models opportunities as well.
Have you done this before?
This is my second time with Mitzi, so she got me introduced to this.
You did. But how did you come up with the idea?
I love the pinup era, the magazine, so I looked at it and I looked at Mitzi's pictures were the best ones that I saw, so I wanted to work with her.
I'm currently published in over 12 different magazines. A lot of them are based out of the US, so I'm in Car Culture Deluxe, Old School Rods. I've been with them since my early career, and I've been doing this 9 years now. But I'm also published a lot internationally now. I'm in Cruisin' Magazine out of Australia. I'm out of USA Cars in Norway.
You really do everything yourself. You're the stylist, the photographer. I mean, you work with the hair and makeup, even touch-ups and everything.
Yes.
Has it been like that from the start, or has it, become like that because, well, there's no other way to work? Or
I've just always been, I guess you could call me a control freak. I like everything to be perfect. So it's important if I have to step in for a shot and fix the hair, if my stylist isn't available, then I don't mind doing that, because it's important that all my images look good. And I shop my work around to so many different places, and now with the digital world, instead of shooting a couple hundred images, I'm shooting a couple thousand images, and as often as I am on the road, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time editing my images, so I want to make sure that out of those 1,000 images, 999 are perfect.
I mean, we're at the Sacramento Autorama right now. Do you spend a lot of time at car shows?
I would say 3/4 of my life was spent at car shows on the road. I love what I do, and I love traveling.
What do you think about, this is a culture of its own, car meets. What do you think about that? How would you describe a car meet like this?
I think the best way to describe it is you'll meet the most amazing people. I mean, when it really boils down to what's represented here, it's not just the cars and the culture, but it's about the people behind it, and the amount of dedication and hard work that they put into not just building the cars, but everything that they do, the lifestyle that they put in, the music, the looks, the clothing, the cars, and it all falls into place. And if you can just spend some time listening to some of the stories that people have to share with you, I think that's what the most fascinating thing that kind of really drew me in was having people wanting to share and really kind of fill me in on some of their experiences. And here I am, hearing wonderful stories from people all over the world. Being somewhat of a car person as I was growing up, I didn't play with dolls. I played with hot rods and little Hot Wheels. So I've always kind of had that aspect in me. I'm not a girly girl. I dress in jeans and t-shirts all the time, and I wear very little makeup. So I guess when it comes down to it, I don't mind getting a little dirty. So I guess the whole car aspect kind of plays into my life, and really just hearing the stories and being around these guys has really drawn me into being truly a car person. I can't wait to own my own hot rods, hopefully one day.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Will you still do the pinup shoots, or will you do something?
That's always a good question, because being that I've been doing this for 9 years, I've never thought I'd be doing it for 9 years. I always think that something's kind of a fad where it's going to come and go, but this scene and everything about the hot rod culture just seems to be growing.
Satisfied?
Very happy. First time working with Lissa, so I thought she was an amazing model.